government, not only the government, but yung mga Filipinos would keep that in them, that spirit na he has done with, especially yung working with all these government agencies.
At konti pa lang yun, Robert, nakita natin sa Facebook and Twitter, it's overwhelming. Talagang ang daming tao in their own personal tweets at yung kanilang mga Facebook post status messages ay lahat ay nagbibigay pugay para kay Secretary Robredo. And I'm sure our next guest will also be saying almost the same thing of this great man. We have with us the 4th District representative of Quezon Province. He's the national spokesperson of the Liberal Party. He comes from a family of statesmen and patriots. Representative Erin Tanyada, magandang umaga po, Congressman. Kong, how big a loss is Secretary Robredo, let's start, to your party?
Well, unang-una, si Sec Jessie holds an important position in the party. He's the Executive Vice President. At syempre, isa sa mga trabaho po ni Sec Jessie rin, kasama ng iba't ibang mga pinuno ng aming partido, ay paano tayo magpapalaki ng partido. So, he was into party building, and pero para sa akin, yung numbers in the party is not really that important a loss, no? Para sa akin, ang mas nawalan kami, isang taong naniniwala sa prinsipyo ng partido na hindi lamang binabanggit ang usapin good governance, pero ginagawa, no? Ng isang haligi ng partido, yung sinasabi po niya. So, ito yung malaking kawalan po sa amin.
How can someone who was really just a local leader, a mayor of a town, be so transcendent in such a short a time?
Well, of course, unang-una, naging miyembro po siya ng partido, pero legendary na nga po si Sec Jessie. I remember, Mark, no? The very first time that I've met him, I was trying to recall how far back. It was in 1988. It was his first election run. He had just won as mayor of Naga. Ang age difference kasi namin ni Sec Jessie is around 5-6 years. At I was then the chairman of the National Union of Students of the Philippines. And meron po kaming kongreso sa Naga nung panahon na yon. At syempre, the usual protocols, you invite the mayor and even the governor to give short messages, welcome remarks, etc. Ang tingin ko at the time nga sino kaya itong mayor ng Naga? Kasi may stereotype ako I met the governor, alam naman po natin and I've seen him before, si Governor Louis Villafuerte then. So I was thinking of an old traditional, maybe politiko na haharap sa akin. I was surprised to meet Sec Jessie, and I didn't even think of him as the mayor because he was just wearing a round neck t-shirt, which you've seen in the video. And talagang engaged siya sa mga tao na kinakausap po niya dyan sa munisipyo. Sabi ko nga, ito yung magiging test nga dito sa Naga kung gaano kahaba itong klaseng pamamalakad, no, ay mananatili. And he was able to survive one stretch of 9 years, and he was able to transform Naga. Ngayon, syempre fast forward tayo 2010, nangampanya po isa sa mga malaking papel na ginampanan po ni Sec Jessie sa kampanya po ng ating Pangulo yung scheduling and yung sorties. At dito na talagang ginawa po niya lahat para, syempre, gusto namin makita manalo ang ating Pangulo. At nung siya po ay tinalaga bilang Secretary of Interior and Local Government, ang tuksuhan nga dito, tuksuhan namin, magagawa ba na mo, Jess, yung nagawa mo sa Naga? Sabi niya, subukan natin dahil ito ay makakabuti para sa ating lahat, no? Ang sabi ko nga, ang kahirapan lang po dito is that may kanya-kanyang ego ang iba't ibang mga mayor, no? Governor, city mayor, and the like. They have their own nuances. Baka mahirapan tayo. Pero sabi niya, subukan natin, tingnan natin. And kaya nakita ho natin itong stint, no, almost 2 years as Secretary of Interior of Local Government, na-transform niya yung pananaw ng ating local government units. Kaya nandyan po yung binibigyan po niya ng seal of good housekeeping sa mga LGUs na sumusunod sa good governance practices.
Kong, son of a Chinese immigrant, a prodigious chess player, yun na po yung mga nakilala natin. Saan nang galing yung kanyang abilidad? Saan nang galing yung kanyang drive to be so innovative and so good at delivering outcomes?
Well, kung titignan po natin, I think Sec Jess was part also of that. Lahat tayo dumaan po sa EDSA 1, no? Yung nakita po niya yung damdamin ng taong bayan nung nagkaroon ng pagpapalit ng ating gobyerno, at yung usapin ng pagbabago ay talagang sinapuso po niya. I'm sure he was part of those who were affected by the assassination of Senator Ninoy Aquino, and he wanted to bring back yung masabi po natin pagtitiwala ng taong bayan sa ating pamahalaan. So dito gusto nga niya parating naka-engage, no? He was the epitome of what we would say people's participation. Kaya importante po niya na malaman niya kagad kung anong tingin ng mga constituents niya sa isang proyekto bago ito malunsad, dahil ayaw nga niyang makaksaya yung pondo ng ating pamahalaan. At dito rin yung nangyayari po sa kanyang kaslukuyang pwesto sa DILG. So that's where he got his I think his idealism, coming from a family that struggled also, because nalaman po natin na yung ama was partially blind, but he was able to send his kids to good schools.
Wow.
The father was partially blind, was fixing engines with the help of sila Sec Jesse and his siblings. So that's why yung blindness nga po sa family nila was inherited by the brother, si Butch Robredo. That's it's a genetical, no? So yung struggle, yung working together in the family, I think was what carried this value of working together with the community and later on with the whole nation.
Kung you mentioned people's participation, well, medyo abused term yan when we talk about Philippine politics minsan, but how real was people's participation in Naga, and how real was people's participation in the DILG with Sec Robredo?
Well, sa Naga, nakita po natin, it was very real dahil hindi makakamit, no, ni Sec Jesse yung parangal na nakuha po niya as mayor for 18 years. Hindi siya mabibigyan ng recognition ng Ramon Magsaysay Awards kung hindi talaga ni-research yung iba't ibang mga nagawa po ni Sec Jesse sa Naga. So ang parating mantra po kailangan ibalik yung tiwala ng taong bayan sa pamahalaan. And the only way to do that is to inform the people on what the government is doing and getting them engaged. Kaya sa nakita nga po natin, yes, it's abused, but even if the word people's participation is abused, you can separate those who really practice it,
right,
and those who just say it.
He was also known to have been a pioneer in the use of technology. Saan ang galing itong kanyang fascination over technology, at bakit naging effective sa Naga, at paano niya tinulak din itong the use of technology sa DILG? Well,
alam mo, talagang makabago rin si Sec Jess kasi, well, I'm sure panahon namin ni Sec Jess, mas matanda lang po siya sa
typewriter pa lang yun. Kasama
ka rin, Mark, yata dyan na naabutan natin na walang cellphone, no? Hindi nag-uumpisa pa lang ang paggamit ng computer. Pero yun nga, 1988, computers were starting to get into the different government offices. He saw how to use it in terms of time management, dahil dahil talagang you're able to cut time with the use of the computer. So by using modern technology, no, you're able to widen the net of information going down to your grassroots. Kaya importante nga talaga naniniwala nga po siya na information is power. And once you have a citizenry, kung meron po kayong mga mamamayan na alam nila yung informasyon, makakapag-desisyon sila ng tama. Kaya ginamit niya po ng husto itong mga technological advances dito sa ating bansa.
Balikan natin yung interview natin kay Kong Erin na papanood natin ngayon, Robert, sa ating screens.
Yes, nakikita na kanina live mo lang sa Villamor Air Base, dumating na ibang mga cabinet secretaries doon at inaabangan nga ang pagdating ng eroplano kung saan lula ng mga labi ni Secretary Jessie Robredo kasama yung mga pamilya at iba pang mga opisyales para dyan sa arrival honors dyan sa Villamor Air Base bago sila tumungo dyan sa Malacanang sa Kalayaan Hall kung saan magkakaroon ng wake until Sunday.
At yung funeral cortege, Angel?
At yan, mamaya-maya pagdating dito sa Maynila, bago pa makarating dumating na dito nga sa Maynila itong mga labi ni Secretary Robredo at mamaya ito kung saan ito ay dadaan sa dyan sa May Rojas Boulevard, sa Ayala Bridge, dyan so ngayon nag-aabang na rin pati ang mga opisyalis din ng DBM at naghihintay na rin para masilayan itong labi ni Secretary Robredo.
Kung nais nyo pong magbigay-pugay kay Secretary, pwede po tayong pumunta sa May Rojas Boulevard area, Ayala in Manila, hindi yung Ayala Avenue in Makati. Ayala Boulevard in Makati. Ay, Manila.
Yes. Masisilayan nga nila ang convoy na manggagaling mula sa Villamor Air Base. At yung nga, sinasabi nyo, Mark, ay pwede sila magbigay-pugay dyan at makita yung pagdaan ng convoy ng kung saan patungo nga dyan sa Malacanang.
That's a scene from the airport. Ayan, nakikita po natin si Mrs. Robredo. Ito the video is courtesy of Solar News. Na papanood po natin yung pag-aabang sa pagbaba ng casket ng ating mahal na Secretary Jessie Robredo. Ayan po ay scene from the Villamor Air Base in Parañaque.
And so, in mga, I guess we'll just have to wait a few more minutes at inaabangan nga nila ang pagdating ng eroplano at yan, hinahanda na nila ang pag-honor, yung arrival honors dyan sa Villamor Air Base.
Meron tayong nakikitang ilang staff, Robert, ng presidential management staff.
Yes, may mga ilang cabinet members na rin ang dumating dyan.
At si Butch. At Kong Erin, can you also give us your thoughts on the scene that we're watching now on our television screens?
Well, Mark, yung naka-striped gray and black, yan po yung kapatid po ni Sec Jessie, si Butch Robredo. He's the one that is also blind. And I think the ones beside him are the other sisters. No, they had to wait for one sister who came from the United States yesterday. So, and I don't know if by today they have informed the parents of Sec Jessie of the what had happened because they wanted to make the decision as a family.
No parent daw should bury their own children, pero nangyari nga po ito. But ang nakita po natin dito yung ang pagkakaisa ng buong bansa. Is it true, Congressman Erin, na ang nais po talaga ni Secretary Robredo ay makremate?
Sabi nga po ng ating Mrs. Robredo, sabi po niya na it was a decision that Sec Jessie made or told her before. So Mrs. Robredo mentioned that they would like to honor what the wishes of Sec Jessie was.
Kong Erin, I'll mention to you the names of the pallbearers. Ito sila Secretary Abad, Secretary Rojas, Representative June Abaya, Mr. Harvey K. of Kaya Natin Movement, Ms. Alice Murphy of the Urban Poor Group, at Joan de la Cruz. Can you give us your thoughts kung bakit itong mga taong ito ang napili na maging pallbearers?
Well, admittedly, Sec Mar, Sec Butch, and June are all members of the Liberal Party. Si Harvey K, of course, is one of the conveners of Kaya Natin, which Sec Jesse is one of the founders also. And the other sectoral representatives, they are the people that Sec Jesse usually talks to. No? Alam naman po natin na parating kinakausap ni Sec Jesse ngayon, especially yung mga usapin tungkol sa urban poor, dahil nagkakaroon nga po dati ng mga usapin ng demolition, no? So he had to engage and have a continuous dialogue with the urban poor, at yan po ang katangian po ng ating Secretary Jesse Robredo, na parating gusto magkaroon ng pag-uusap at malaman yung iba't ibang mga pamamaraan para ma-implement yung programa ng ating pamahalaan.
Puntahan natin ang ating si Joseph Parafina ay nasa Villamor Air Base at nag-aantabay sa mga events doon sa airport na yan, at hinga natin ng konti update si Joseph Parafina live from the Villamor Air Base. Joseph?
Yes, attorney, magandang araw po sa inyo. Sa mga oras po ito, patuloy ang pag-iintay namin dito sa pagdating ng mga labi ni Secretary Robredo dito sa Bulwagang Kalayaan sa Villamor Air Base. At nakalapag na po ang isang aeroplano, ito po yung Air Philippines, kasama po ilulan ang mga relatives ni Secretary Robredo at ilang mga opisyal ng ating pamahalaan like Secretary De Lima at iba pa. At sa mga oras kong ito, na bumaba na po sina Bush Robredo at ilang kanilang mga kaanak. Ang pinaka-antabihan namin dito sa park ay ang pagdating ng isa pa yung cargo plane na tinatawag nating AV o aviation. Isang cargo plane ito na inaantabihan namin ito na doon nakalulan yung mga labi ni Secretary Robredo. Pagdating dito noon sa tarmac ay ipababa ito, pagkatapos ay bibigyan ng military honor ng isang batalyon ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Sa ngayon, Tony Mike, iba't sa mga miyembro ng kabinete like U.S. Secretary Almendras, BM Secretary Butchabad. Ito yung mga natatanaw lang natin dito at maaaring may mga iba pa mga member ng cabinet na hindi namin nakikita sa oras na ito. Maaaring iba na Secretary De Lima, sila nasa loob ng bulwagang Kalayaan dito sa Villamor Air Base. And then, nag-iintay dito lahat sa mga oras kong ito, pati mga relatives at iba pang mga opisyal ng ating pamahalaan. Dahil nga po, sa nagkwento ko sa inyo, nakababa na po yung isang aeroplano na lulan mula po sa Philly Airport. May mga opisyal din po ng local government na narito na at nagpapahatid ng kanilang pagkiramay sa ating DILG Secretary. Napapalibutan po ito ng ang tarmac ngayon ng iba't ibang mga grupo. Bukod sa paglabas mo dito sa pinakang gate, papalabas ng Bulwagang Kalayaan, ay napakaraming kababayan natin naghihintay dito, Atty. Mike at mga kasama. At samantalang pinapayaman po naman ng mga tawahan ng Philippine Air Force, ibang mga opisyal at mga kaanak ni Secretary Robredo. So, may mga katanungan po po. Hindi na po ako sumagot. Sabi na kakayahan. Right?
Salamat, Joseph. Nag-uulat po yan live mula sa Villamor Air Base. The video you're watching is courtesy of ANC. At balikan natin yung nakita po natin sa ating video, Congressman Erin, si Secretary Almendras. At napanood din natin in previous days yung mga sekretary na talagang